Hey everyone, welcome back, and a big hello to all the new subscribers joining our adventure. We are back in Bimini, and if you caught my last video, you know I had thoughts. So the big question is, has anything changed? So let's dive in and we'll find out. First thing I noticed, they had way more trams this time. That was great. No crazy long wait like before. The first one filled up, but another rolled up right behind it. So perfect timing. I snagged a great spot to film as we cruise down the pier. And yep, the water is just as jaw-dropping blue. Now you can walk the pier if you're feeling ambitious, but let me warn you, it is a long one. Totally doable, but if you're hauling bags and beach gear, especially if it's hot outside, it is most definitely a workout. Here's the thing about Bimini. This isn't the real town of Bimini where you're actually being taken to. This whole section is owned by Virgin, and if you're sailing with Virgin Voyages, the beach area is included in your cruise. Along the way, we had someone in costume following us. Bless their heart, because it so looked hot. The golf cart rental hustle is still alive and well, but I'll admit the approach this time felt a lot lighter and even kind of funny. Now this time my husband came along, which made wandering into Fisherman's Village a little less nerve-wracking for me, and I am very, very glad I did. You'll see here as we walk into Fisherman's Village, you can walk towards the marina, which you'll see in just a moment. You'll also see some things that I found there, but there's just some small shops, some ice cream, a little souvenirs, things like that through this area. So we'll walk through here, let you see a little bit of that, and then we'll head to the marina. And oh my gosh, I was greeted by the sweetest orange tabby, and if you know, you know. It completely made my day.
Hi.
Fisherman's Village isn't huge, just a handful of shops and a marina that's actually really nice for a little stroll. I would say, other than walking around the marina, seeing some of the sea life, maybe seeing some of the boats or jet skis take off from here, until we get to the end where the tour boats are, there's really not a lot, but there's a lot coming. So if this is something that you find relaxing, just kind of enjoying a stroll around the water, listening to, everything going on, then I would say take your time, go behind Fisherman's Village and just kind of walk the marina. There were quite a few people doing so, and there were quite a few things that you would run into apparently as well.
At the end of that one, there was a bull shark at the end.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You hear there's a lot of sharks around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said that over here, we talked to some guys. They said the dive boats had went out, the ones that go out and sit and they feed them. So.
A little bonus this time, I spotted some gorgeous starfish. Not sure if he knew Patrick. You know Patrick. But hey, he was a star in his own right. If you're interested in what the future of Bimini may look like, they do have some information around to kind of give you an idea of what they're wanting for their future. This is the pier, which takes you to a lot of the excursions. So if you're going on an excursion, this is probably where you'll be headed. There was a lot of wildlife, a lot of fish. Apparently there were sharks that I didn't see, and I'm fine with that. But there is a lot if you enjoy the water, just listening to the sound here. I enjoyed just kind of spending a few moments here. While filming, a few tour groups were headed out, so maybe you can get an idea of what you might be doing if this is something that you're interested in. Every visit is going to feel a little different. It was pretty hot, so we didn't linger too long before heading over to Kayak Beach. As the name suggests, kayaks and jet skis galore. But heads up, this is not really the best spot for snorkeling or swimming. It definitely has its own vibe though, and it is super close to the pier. Just remember that the tram doesn't actually stop here. It is the last stop on where the tram goes at Fisherman's Village. The tram starts from the pier, it goes to where the actual beach club is for Virgin, it circles back around, makes 2 other stops, and then its last one will be Fisherman's Village, for those that were wanting to know. We did think about renting a golf cart, but we skipped it. FYI, they are cash only for the golf carts, but there is an ATM nearby. It is about 3 miles into town, and honestly, unless you are ready for a long, sweaty walk, a golf cart is the way to go. The town itself is small, but it's theirs. I'm glad we walked just a little bit to just kind of see. On the way back, we hopped on the tram at the last stop there at the beach. Beautiful beach. And we also noticed there at the beach that they are building new cabanas and doing a lot of upgrades there on the beach. So if you've been to that beach before, if you're planning to go, I can let you know that they are definitely doing upgrades, a lot which looks like will be very beneficial to those using the beach. It was definitely perfect timing too, getting on that tram, because by then I needed the shade and a cold drink any bad way. Once back on the ship, we grabbed a snack, cooled off, and got ready for our dinner and a show. So you asked me, has Bimini improved? I'd say yes. You can see the change happening and happening quickly. And I think the feedback from cruisers when you fill out your information and it asks you what's your favorite ports, or if you didn't enjoy it, what you didn't enjoy, I think that that is actually making a difference. I'm curious to see how it looks the next time we visit. It's always nice walking back to the ship and getting on. It's not the same as embarking each time, but it is a nice feeling getting back on the ship, especially when you're hot and the ship is nice and cool and you get to sit and have a nice drink and just kind of relax. Oh, it's a nice feeling, is it not? I did walk up and get a few pictures at the front of the ship there. I will let you know, be very cautious doing that, especially if you're taking pictures towards the bridge. That is something that I have found out they don't like. They were very nice and just kind of let me take pictures, but they did say they just kind of were very leery of people walking towards the end of the pier. And you know what? I guess if you've had a few drinks in you after being in the sun, I would not want that responsibility either. So I'm letting you know because they let me know. And I don't want you to see and do and not be told. Not my fault. But she was a beautiful ship. Now it's time for people to be back on the ship. It's actually past time for people to be back on the ship. I think people enjoyed their day today because, as you will see, they were taking down the tents, taking down the extra gangway, and people were still coming. No one got left behind. No one really ran. There were some last minute stragglers, but everyone made it on board. I will say, I don't know if you just noticed here, if you're bringing food back to the ship, it has to be sealed. I mean, like original packaging, sealed. You are not allowed to bring any food or any items back on the ship, even though you think you're purchasing it from the food truck there on the beach and you think it's all okay. It is not. If it is not eaten prior to getting back to the ship, they're going to ask that you, if you have time, really quickly finish it or throw it away. It's just not allowed. And I don't want to see people having to waste food, so I thought I would just kind of let you know. As you see, no more tent. Gangway is gone. They are letting the last 4 people back on the ship here. So again, do I think Bimini has improved? I'd say yes. You can definitely see changes. You can definitely see where they have taken advice from the cruisers and made those small little changes. You don't feel so bullied into getting a golf cart. Is it their job? Absolutely. It is their way of making a living there, so I completely understand. But it just seems so much smoother, and I hope that that continues. If you've enjoyed this little look at Bimini, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next adventure. Tomorrow, I'll be live on Utopia, so drop your questions in the comments and I will see you there. Until then, travel more, live life, and find your joy.